For some of you, this is about to be a trip down memory lane, and for others of you, this is just going to be a really interesting story.
This could be the moment we've been waiting for, the chance to feel alive. Nothing's gonna stop us, nothing's gonna top this, nothing like we've ever seen. And I raise my hands to the sky, what a feeling, 'cause I feel like dancing high, got a feeling, time to feel it. This is where it all begins.
So if you remember any of those videos that I've just played, please give this video a thumbs up so that we can all see how many people have engaged with the old content. It'd be really fun to see all of that. But if you are new here and have never heard the story of what exactly happened over the past few years, I'm here to tell you it's pretty good. Sit in and listen. I promise not to talk your ear off too long, and hopefully you learned something from this. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory because I know some of you may be clueless as to why I even wanted to make this video just so randomly. Well, this topic came up when a few new people came into my life and also my husband's life, and they were just sharing, Chelsea, how can you go from being so passionate about something to not even posting about it anymore? What happened? And I realized I had not sat down and talked to you guys about that. So to share a little bit of the beginning story, whenever I was 13 years old, I was going into 8th grade, I believe, yes. And around that time, right when I started my channel and I was doing gymnastics hairstyles and dance makeup tutorials and just a lot of real high school, middle school type stuff, I entered into a competition called the NYX Face Awards, the NYX Face Awards. NYX Cosmetics has a Face Awards competition every single year. I don't know if they still do it. I need to look into that, but I was a part of the very first one. Then I also just had a great time with other YouTubers who entered into the competition. In summary, 14 years old, I was one of the runner-ups in the competition. I was flown out to LA. I had never been to California before. It was just a huge culture shock for me. And the following years, I spent making YouTube friends and hanging out at Coachella and doing all these things that were a blast. But in the end, I realized that the passion was slowly fading for makeup. And that was just because the community over the past few years has changed from let's just sit down in our bedroom and record our makeup tutorial and enjoy it together and let's do it for fun, to let's show all the stuff we have, our gigantic houses, our big cars, our money, basically. Let's show all our money, let's flaunt it. The community aspect had faded a ton. I'm not hating on any sort of YouTuber whatsoever. I think that there is a fun aspect to sharing your life with people, and some people have more than others. I just couldn't get past how superficial it felt, and I just did not want to be a part of a community that was headed in that direction. And so I think I just lost my drive for it. I don't think I ever sat down in my bedroom and was like, yeah, I don't like those people. I don't like this community. I don't want to be a part of it anymore. But it was a slow fade. And bringing it back into today's day, now I'm 22 years old, I try to be super conscious with the products that I put in and on my body. And so even in the makeup world, there are a lot of brands that are going vegan, cruelty-free, but there are still ingredients in those products, now that I know after educating myself, that are harmful to our bodies if we're not careful. I didn't know that. I didn't know that documentaries like Stink on Netflix could open my eyes to all of that. And that just made my passion for makeup go from makeup, hair, fashion to natural wellness, natural living, minimalism. That's where we are now. And so I talk about that on Instagram. I like have a whole separate account for that. My husband and I are both very passionate about minimalism and are trying to integrate that into this channel. So you may be asking the question, why did you go from just you, Chelsea, on YouTube to now you and your husband? Well, I don't know if anybody's ever seen my channel back in the day when I would do prom hairstyles and prom makeup looks and all of the stuff that we did in high school. I just enjoyed showing my life, and I think that's the underlying like thread that I've noticed on this whole like YouTube journey, is that it's just fun to document life. It's fun to go back and to also grow up with people. It's very enjoyable, and you make lifelong friends. So I have a few YouTube friends that have stuck with me all these years. They're very few. Some friends that I had back in the day, it was all around the subject that we were posting about, like makeup, getting to travel with brands, trying to make the most money that we could off of brand deals, all that sort of stuff. And now that I'm in a different place, I'm very outspoken about my faith, which is another thing. I just am not really friends with those people anymore. Not that I don't like them or disapprove of their lifestyle or what they're posting about, but you've just gone in two totally different directions, and that just naturally happens with life. It's like you were best friends with someone in middle school, and now you live two sides of the country away from each other, and you just don't see each other as much anymore. It's kind of like the distance thing. If you don't really talk, you're not gonna like keep that relationship. So I don't really mind that those relationships have gone away, but I will say that I'm like a totally different person than you'll see in the videos that are like on the popular upload section on this YouTube channel. So you'll see vampire makeup tutorials and Barbie makeup tutorial and all these things that I was inspired by when I was younger because I loved Michelle Phan. Let me get it straight there. Michelle Phan, great YouTuber. Like, she was gone for a few years. She explained why she left. It was very similar to the reason why I pivoted on YouTube. And she's come back and she's done amazing with the companies that she started. She's very successful. But then again, I still pivoted. I still didn't really want to do the makeup side. She's still very much so into makeup. I enjoy being feminine and like embracing myself as someone who can put on makeup and somebody who can curl their hair and enjoy like the different looks that I can achieve by using products and stuff. But I want to be conscious of what I'm wearing. I want my audience to know that I'm like that, like that I want to care about their health. And then I also just don't want to be a part of a community that's all about ourselves and all about materialism and things that just go away. So in short, that is why I decided to leave the beauty community. And it wasn't necessarily like this big dramatic video that I had seen people posting a few years ago where they're like, why I left the beauty community. This is really just what happened, and I am excited to have this channel as a channel between myself and my husband because I just didn't want to do this alone anymore. Like, I realized that the people that I love and the time that I spend with them is like my most favorite thing in the world. I'm a very people-oriented person. And so I figured, like, why not, if they don't mind being on the channel, like, do videos with them. Like, I used to do videos with my brother all the time. I had to beg him though, but I enjoyed spending time with him. And those are some of the most popular videos on this channel as well because he's just so goofy. And our relationship was really fun growing up. And so I just love relationships. I love being relational. I love having friendships through different passions, but also just having people to do life with. And so that's why this channel isn't just me, and we both share a lot of the same values and the same things that we're loving in life, and so why not make the channel together if we're gonna be with each other for the rest of our lives? And I just enjoy it. I enjoy it more when I'm with him, and if you couldn't tell over the past few videos, we've been totally ourselves, like completely goofy, and it's just made us love it even more. I hope that answered a lot of your questions. A lot of people have messaged me over the years and said, like, why don't you do what you used to do anymore? Like, I really miss the old content. And there's been a few YouTubers who have completely quit YouTube and are like models and do acting for TV and movies. And I love that they have realized what they love and what they are most like talented at, or whatever the reason is for them. And I felt like if I didn't pivot, I wouldn't be here anymore. Like, I didn't want to be on YouTube anymore if it just involved me and if it just involved makeup, because that's just not really me. Most days I'm not wearing makeup at all. Like, I don't really geek out about it like I used to when I was younger. Totally respect and love other people who continue to do that, but I just don't want to live a fake life. I know several YouTubers who are in the beauty community that don't even really like makeup, but they have to do it because it pays their bills, and I respect that, but I'm not gonna live my life like that. So that is why. I just really want to spread purpose and hope to people, and I feel like I can do that better when I have Nick here. So that's why. That's really why. So I think that's all I'm going to address in this video. I hope I answered some of your questions that maybe have lingered in your minds over the past few years. But if you have ever seen any of my old content, whether it's with my brother or makeup tutorials or even like older content with Nick, give this video a thumbs up and let us know what those favorite videos were, and then also what you're excited for on this channel, because I really believe that you should subscribe and stick around, because we are really aiming to not only entertain the people who watch us, but just allow us to be people that others look to for, you know, circumstances they're going through, tough things that just really suck as a young adult, and how we can all just get through it together and also just have fun, thriving relationships. I don't believe that life is meant to be lived alone, and that's why I love relationships so much, and I just really enjoy living the more wholesome, simple, and minimal life. And I used to be about all the things, like as much makeup as I can get, as much things to fill my room and decorate it. That's not a bad way to live, but it's just not me anymore, and I'm saying toodaloo to it, and not anymore. Well, I love you guys. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I can't wait for our next video. We're actually going to be showing you guys our decorated apartment tour. We shared it back in December when we first moved in and had like our Christmas tree and everything, but we wanted to share some of the things that we've taken into our apartment, decorated it, more like functional items and all that sort of stuff. So looking forward to it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Deuces.